Safety disclaimer. Electricity is hazardous. This content is created for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional training. Incorrect handling may result in electric shock, fire, or fatal injury. Proceed with caution and responsibility.
You know that feeling when the lights go out? It's not just an inconvenience, it kind of feels like a breach of security. The person you call in that moment needs to be more than just a technician. They have to be someone you can trust. So today, we're going to break down the strategy of HSES Connect, a company that has built its entire brand around solving that one critical issue: trust. So, let's start with a problem I think we can all relate to: the electrician dilemma. It's that knot in your stomach when you have to let a complete stranger into your home or your office to handle something as serious as electricity. You're not just looking for a repair, are you? You're looking for reassurance. I mean, just think about the common complaints. They're late, the work looks a little questionable, and then there's the dreaded surprise charges on the final bill. These aren't just little annoyances. These are the things that completely destroy trust. This is the heart of what we're calling the electrician dilemma. And this image, wow, it just captures that feeling perfectly. When you're in the dark, you feel vulnerable. And the decision of who to call, it's based almost entirely on trust. This emotional core is exactly what HSES Connect has built its whole strategy around. So what's their solution to this dilemma? Well, they don't just offer a service. They're trying to set a whole new standard. Let's take a look at the HSES Connect approach and see how they're trying to change what we expect from this entire industry. Their strategy really begins with their origin story. If you look at their founding principle from way back in 2012, you can see they were built specifically to fight the industry's biggest problems head-on: the lack of professionalism, honesty, and safety. This wasn't some marketing slogan they came up with later. It was their promise from day one. But, a mission statement is just words on a page. The real test is in the results. And this brings us to what HSES calls their trust equation, the hard data they use to prove they're living up to their promise. The first part of their equation is just pure scale: over 30,000 customers. And that's not just a random number. It represents a huge sample size of successful, trust-based jobs. And that big customer base has led to over 10,000 completed projects. This shows you the sheer breadth of their experience, from simple home repairs all the way to really complex commercial stuff. Next up, they add the element of time. With over 14 years in the business, they're making a really clear point about stability and long-term reliability, and that's in a field where a lot of companies come and go. And finally, the result of all this is a near-perfect 4.9 out of 5-star rating. So when you put all these numbers together, the customers, the projects, the years, and the satisfaction, they paint a really compelling picture of trust that's been earned. But how do they actually get those numbers? They call it the HSES Edge. It's a 4-part promise that's specifically designed to tackle all of our biggest anxieties. They guarantee safety with government-registered pros. They guarantee expertise through nonstop training. They guarantee transparency with upfront pricing. And they show respect with a real commitment to being on time. Okay, so they've established that they're trustworthy, but what can they actually do? Well, let's take a look at the spectrum of services they offer, which, honestly, is pretty broad. These two images really show their range well. On the one hand, you see the super detailed diagnostic work needed for tricky troubleshooting, and on the other, you see the clean, professional execution of an installation. It shows they can handle both the really delicate stuff and the big fundamentals. And if we break it down even more, their core services cover pretty much any electrical need you could think of. From basic things like fans and sockets to complete rewiring, from fuse boxes to smart home automation and even solar. Their message is simple: whatever your problem is, they've got you covered. So beyond trust and expertise, they also tackle another major source of frustration: the process itself. How do you even get from "I have a problem" to "it's fixed"? Their answer is to make it as simple and transparent as they possibly can. They've boiled it down to a simple 4-step process that they say takes about a minute. You choose your service, you give them your details, you get a confirmation, and then the expert is on their way. The whole goal here is to get rid of any confusion or hassle. And that transparency goes right into their pricing. By actually publishing a rate card for common jobs like installing a fan or fixing a switch, they let customers see the cost range before they even book. This is a direct shot at that fear of hidden fees we all have. Their whole financial policy is summed up perfectly by this quote: "No hidden charges," and this is the big one, "pay only after work completion." That simple policy completely shifts the power dynamic back to you, the customer, giving you the final say. So, when we connect all these different pieces, we start to see that every single part of their strategy, their history, their proof, their process is all designed to reinforce one core idea that electrical safety is more than just a simple service. And seeing this image of their actual physical storefront, it makes their promise feel real. It shows that HSES, which stands for Hasan Smart Electrical Solutions, isn't just a website or an app. It's a real professional company. That physical presence just adds another layer of credibility to their brand. Ultimately, their entire strategy leads to this one final message. They're not just there to fix a wire. They're positioning themselves as a long-term safety partner for your home or your business. And that's a really powerful way to reframe the surface, changing it from a simple transaction to a relationship that's built on trust. And it kind of leaves us with a question, doesn't it? What's more valuable, a quick fix or a permanent partner in safety?